you guys, welcome back. So today is Friday, February 28th, and I just wanted to come on here and update you guys since I didn't really get to update you guys yesterday. But right now I'm currently on my way to school. It's a little bit early. It's like around about to be 12 o'clock, you know, just to see if my oh, it's already late. If I can make it in time to see the tutor. If not, I'm just going to practice. So tomorrow is my first skills check off, you guys, and I'm quite nervous. I just did a review this morning. So you know, I feel like I got it down. I had 6 minutes left out of the 20 minutes that we are required, you know, to do. But you know, we will see how it goes. I'm still gonna review with my friends and stuff like that, to see like if I'm missing anything, you know, figure out how to do documentation. That's why I was going to go with the tutor and see, like, you know, if she can help me out on, you know, any pointers that she can give me, you know, which is like, you know, some help, you know. Don't be afraid to ask for help, you guys. So yeah, so I'll see you guys after class. Hello, you guys. So I know it's a bit dark, but I just wanted to come on here and update you guys because, oh my god, you guys, like, I'm so nervous for this skills check off that we have to do tomorrow. I know I did mention in like one of my vlogs, like the documentation vlog, where I talked to you guys and showed you guys like the paperwork, and I'm hoping you guys do not mind, but I'm just gonna talk to you guys, and I know it's going to be black. But yeah, so I did end up mentioning that we're gonna have our first skills check off tomorrow, and basically it's going to be like, you know, not really like a head-to-toe assessment, but you know, like a like, you know, asking each other questions and doing some stuff. So right now I stayed for SI, then I just decided to stay to talk to my partner tomorrow. So you know, that took up some time. We were going over it. You know, we were also watching other students that have a different professor, you know, them going over it. And I feel like that helped out so much, just because, you know, there was things that I wasn't like too sure about, but I feel like I'm a little bit, you know, like what to ask, if that makes sense. So like, you know, you have to ask questions, because if you don't ask certain type of questions or you miss something, then, you know, you miss a point. Like, you know, you have to be able to identify the patient. You have to ask them like how old they are. You have to ask them like what gender they are. You have to ask them like, oh, where are you? Or like, do you know where you're at? Do you know what time it is? Do you know what day it is? You know, stuff like that, because those are like little things that you can just, you know, forget, and I just do not want to forget. So, you know, I just do not want to forget anything. So I feel like it helped me a lot staying. I wasn't really gonna stay just because, you know, I wanted to go home and practice and stuff like that. But, you know, I kind of like got an idea of like what I'm supposed to ask and how I'm supposed to check, if that makes sense. So, you know, probably record me and my sister doing it. And I'll include it in this little clip for you guys. So yeah, you guys, I'm quite nervous for this, but you know, we will see how it goes. And I'll just let you guys see the clip of me and my sister if I do decide to include it or not, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know how, you know, it went. Hello, you guys, welcome back. So today is February 29th, and I just passed my first Pepsi. Yes, you guys, I passed, and I got all full points, and I'm just so damn happy, because I had the worst anxiety before even, like, you know, getting here, which is, you know, crazy, but I passed. And you know, that's all that matters right now, that I just passed my first Pepsi. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know on how it went. So basically, you know, I got here really early. I got here like around 11:30 if I'm not mistaken. And you know, I basically had already practiced on my sister this morning, you know, just for me, you know, to go over it and stuff like that. And I feel like yesterday helped out so much for me staying after SI. So that helped me out a lot, just because, you know, for me, watching someone else do it 2 to 3 times, I feel like everything got to me, if that makes sense. I was able to comprehend everything really, really well, which, you know, is a good thing. And I feel like that helped. And, you know, me going over it like 2 to 3 times, like it got stuck to me. I feel like I woke up this morning, you guys, and I feel like I knew the whole script in my head. Like, I literally was showering and I was like saying it. Like, it took a little longer in the shower, but you know, I was just, you know, saying it verbally, and I feel like that helped out a lot. So like how I said, I got here early, was with other classmates, we were going over it and stuff like that. Practice on one of my classmates, she told me that it was good. She told me like 1 or 2 things that I was missing and stuff like that, and we were the second ones, you know, to go. So we ended up going a little bit earlier than, you know, our time. So, you know, I was so nervous. So I ended up, you know, getting in the room with my instructor and my partner, and you know, she ended up going over like the documentation that we had, you know, to give her, and you know, whenever we were ready, like, you know, she'll start the time. So we had 20 minutes, you know, to do this head to toe assessment. And basically, you know, I went in there, my partner had gone first, so you know, just because I was freaking out for no reason, like I was really, really nervous. And you know, he went, he did his S-bar, I cleaned the room, and then it was my turn. So you know, I went in there and I just said everything that I had memorized. And this, you know, once I was done, before I was done, you know, I ended up checking on the paper. And for some reason, the paper that we are allowed, you know, to bring in, I ended up just placing it next to me and next to the patient. And either way, I still didn't really look so much towards the paper, but the instructor thought that I did. So, you know, that was like, you know, another thing I do need to work on, is to remember to not put the paper next to me, because our next PAPC, we are not going to have any paper or anything, you know, to help us with our documentation. Before I did end up putting up this bedside rails up, you know, I looked back at the paper and I was like, am I missing anything? And I was like, I don't think I'm missing anything. And then I was just like, bedside rails up, I'm gonna lower the bed, here's your call light, if you do need anything, you know, don't be afraid to ask me. Do you have any further questions? And then I just told them like, oh yes, I'll be back in here shortly, and then, you know, the doctor's going to come in and check up on you. Then after that, we had to do S-bar, and S-bar is really, really quick to the point. You know, I did really well. Been practicing S-bar for a couple times now. So that wasn't too bad to do. We had to do documentation, so we had 20 minutes to do documentation. Documentation was not that bad. I was just trying to remember everything that I was saying. It just have to be more detailed, but you know, I just was like, I'm not gonna stress over this documentation, because I did not really practice my documentation that well. So I was like, you know, a little worried, you know, for my documentation, stuff like that. But my classmates that was there first, that was in the morning group, he told me that, you know, there was nothing to worry about, because the documentation was, you know, straight to the point and stuff like that. But you know, I won't really know like what I got on my documentation until they post our full grades. So yeah, that was it. And you know, it wasn't really too bad. I just felt like, you know, since it's our first PAPC, like we do not really know, like, you know, what to expect. But like now we kind of, you know what to expect for this type of situation. So, you know, our next PAPCs, I'm guessing it's before spring break. basically are all like, you know, helping each other out and stuff. So you know that is like a good thing, that we are helping each other out. So yeah, you guys, like how I said, just practice on your loved ones, ask your classmates, you know, ask your instructors, basically, if for any questions that